Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting transfer news. We start with Julian Alvarez of Manchester City as Barca continue to show some interest in him as Xavi Hernandez continues to ask the club administration to look for a possibility of signing the player in the future. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about this Bundesliga sensation, Florian Wirtz, who plays for Bayer Leverkusen, as Barca are still keeping tabs on the star midfielder amid interest from rivals. We're also going to be discussing more on that. So, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. It is no secret that Barcelona are currently in a precarious position. Despite confirming the arrival of Vitor Roque in January, the club have limited attacking options. Gavi's long-term injury, coupled with a lack of form for some of the attackers, does not help Xavi's case at all. Nevertheless, Barcelona are expected to continue with the current workforce without making too many moves in the market. In the long run, however, Xavi is particularly fond of Julian Alvarez. That is according to Dario Sport, which suggests that Xavi Hernandez has identified the Manchester City star as potential target for the future. Alvarez is presently regarded as one of the most promising young talents from South America after making name for himself at River Plate. The youngster has flourished since his move to Man City, despite playing under the shadow of Erling Haaland. Julian Alvarez has racked up already 71 competitive appearances for Manchester City during his 18-month spell at the Etihad so far. He has scored 25 goals while providing 17 assists. The former River Plate prodigy has also won 28 caps for the Argentine national team and was a critical part of the World Cup winning squad last year in Qatar. So is he an ideal replacement for Lewandowski? It would perhaps be slightly unfair to label Julian Alvarez as a potential long-term replacement for Robert Lewandowski. Lewa is more of a predatory striker who likes to hover around the penalty box. Alvarez, in contrast, is a modern forward who is able to operate around the flanks if necessary. One could therefore argue that Alvarez would be better suited to Barca's style of play. He can be an excellent strike partner to Vitor Roque, who is also a versatile modern capable of operating in multiple areas in the final third. Striking a deal with Manchester City, though, could be very tricky for Barcelona as things stand, knowing the Premier League would be skeptical about offloading one of the best South American talents of the current generation. Of course, it's never going to be easy, let's face the facts. Julian Alvarez is a great, phenomenal player that any big club would like to have. We have seen the way he has been operating at Man City. He's quite an amazing player to have. We quite remember we have been linked with this guy in the past when he was still at River Plate. Barca was showing so much interest in him, but I don't know if Barca saw this kind of potential, this kind of performance from him. But Man City were the one who succeeded to acquire him, and he's doing wonders. We have seen the talent that this guy has, both in the national team and in Man City. Of course, in that World Cup in Qatar last year, he was so instrumental. I think one of the best players in that World Cup. Helping Argentina to go out there to win the World Cup. Of course, he has been a great player, and this is the second time we've been talking about Xavi Hernandez, to be specific, showing so much interest in Julian Alvarez. Of course, Man City will never let him go. That's just what we need to know. Even if they want to let him go, the price that they will demand, Barca will not be able to pay. That's just the honest truth. Because now we know that the financial issues we are going through have really dealt with us big time, have really prevented us to acquiring players that we actually want in our wish list. But let's just say right now we have Vitor Roque coming to join. By January, he'll be here with us. And of course, he's not that kind of a Lewandowski kind of striker, but a type of a striker who also builds up play. Alvarez is such a player like that, but so I don't think Barca will find it any urgent now for Julian Alvarez as Vitor Roque is soon coming. But that notwithstanding, it doesn't mean that Barca will not go for Julian Alvarez in the near future. Lewandowski himself will not last forever. He's 35 now, and time is soon calling up with him. His age is not really that the best in him scoring goals like he used to. So it remains to be seen how things will go. Because the way things are looking now, if Lewandowski ends his contract at Barca and leaves, I think Barca will start eyeing Julian Alvarez once again. So let's see how it goes for that. Then on to the final story of discussion. It has been a couple of solid weeks in Barcelona as the Catalans secured progression to the Champions League knockout stages and beat Atletico Madrid in a crucial La Liga game with a slight cash injection guaranteed due to qualification. The transfer rumor mill has begun churning again. According to transfer guru Fabrizio Romano, the subject of speculation is Bayer Leverkusen midfield starlet Florian Wirtz. The 20-year-old has already established himself as one of the top talents in world football and is highly sought after by a number of big clubs. Among the interested parties, of course, also Barcelona, according to Romano in his recent channel. Sporting director Deco knows Florian Wirtz well since he was a kid and therefore is capable of making a good assessment of the player and his abilities. Wirtz has already made 136 appearances for his senior career across all competitions for the Leverkusen and shows a great mix of physical prowess and technical talent. However, it has been previously reported that Leverkusen will set an understandably hefty price on one of their biggest assets. Romano says that Leverkusen holds a very clear position that he will go nowhere in January, and any rumors suggesting a winter move are not even true. The player wants to focus completely on finishing the season with Leverkusen and dedicating all his attention to the Euros in Germany next summer without being subject to any transfer speculation. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.